So, in typical Greenhorns fashion, the opening face-offs is usually eventful, so we'll kind of watch it, letting them walk in and shoot. Probably not ideal, but I will accept it. Let's keep watching here. Chip up, didn't really cleanly get out, fine. This is not looking good developing right now, let's see. That's not looking so good. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so positionally, it should be, I would say, Mike onto, I think that's Randall, and then Ernest going into for the corner. That's fine, that's good. And then Justin and Ray should just kind of peel out, switch off. Ray should focus on Sayaka, and then Justin will peel off. And that, so Justin peels off, that's good. Really the focus now should be Mike onto this player with Ray. Not really, his responsibility is mainly going to be far side post, going like that, and then Mike would be this player. So I guess Mike doesn't also he doesn't follow, but also Ray's he's going more for the pass rather than going for the stick tie-ups. So if you were kind of positioned here on the far side post, way easier to deal with. They're behind you, so they get a couple chances here. Cliff makes the good save, so dangerous chance. That's kind of what happened here. And then here, because you were going for the block pass, right now you're behind Cliff, and all the forwards are on the other side of Cliff, so it's going to be really tough for you to get around, and also to do stick tie-ups and prevent shots, blah 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 blah, right? We can see here, not the greatest body positioning, so it's a scramble in front of Cliff, big chances. So eventful. Okay, face off, gets it behind the net. That's fine. I would have maybe suggested just stop right there, but that's fine. Ernest is going across, Alicia should be coming across, and then Mike's fine, and Justin's fine. So that's good. We're burning the forechecker. At this point, Alicia, you should just continue going like this rather than stopping like this. Just continue the boards. You can maybe even go down lower and then turn up like this. That way you're just kind of facing forward rather than skating back across like this, right? Not as big of a fan of that. Justin's in good position. It looks like Ray fans his pass here, but I like it. Justin's in a good spot. A short little pass like this, you can turn up the ice, you can skate it yourself, you can look for a pass on Mike, perfectly fine. Very clear what happened, the problem here. In front, back turned, not really super awkward position, versus nice and wide, right? Nice and wide on the receiving on the backhand would have been really good, and lots of open ice. Look at all opponents, right? All free space that you can use. And yeah, so this sequence coming up, I think it's important to kind of show why we had to keep resetting it, Now, this one, I don't quite mind this one, where, so D to D, relieve the pressure, and yeah, certainly here comes a cut, potential for a breakaway. So I don't mind this one. I don't mind this one at all. Fortunately, it gets blocked with a little kick block, but certainly a gamble worth taking. Not super high risk. Potentially a pizza path, but we have some people here, so the risk is not too bad. Now at this point, we should be already seeing our forwards coming back. So a long distance to cover, and so right, we're saying no pass, not really like any good seams to go. Very opponents are very close by to all our forwards, right? Lots of block passes, so what makes sense is just reset it. And again, we should be expecting to see our forwards continuously coming back, but we're not, right? The moment we do a D to D is not the time to start curling up. Again, we see Alex was high. He was kind of coming back, but like as we can see, a pass as you're high, if they're close, it's just a lot of pressure. So which is why you'll see him going, oh, turning, there's someone in front of my face. Why is that? Probably because I'm a little high. So we're gonna have to reset, which is exactly what he does. So again, we're trying to go all the way back. At this point, we're in the corner where we're telling them either give us some space or come on in and make them uncomfortable. Unfortunate that our center is on the ice, but essentially the further we come down the ice, so Kathy's in a good spot, I would say Alex and Fiona are not in a good spot, is when we're facing this way, it's not so easy to scan up the ice and go up the ice, versus Kathy starts low. That means, what does this mean? This means she can now start skating forward, and boom, just like that, nice and wide, forward skating, is able to receive the pass in stride. And what does that mean? We're able to skate forward, and you can assess, like you can, nice open vision to see where you want to go, and life is just easy that way. So at this point, she can decide to go left, right, middle, doesn't matter. And yeah, we can see a big difference. Actually, you know what, let's just rewind. Here's the big difference. First we look at Kathy, forward skating, stride, going forward, right? Now the big difference, take a look at Alex, backwards, forwards, backwards, turn, pivot, right? It's more awkward. That's what it boils down to. You got to keep continuously pivot back, left, right, blah 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 blah. Versus it usually might be a little bit easier. In this case for him, would have been get to the boards and almost like have your butt up against the board, so you're facing, almost you're looking at Kathy, and that way your body position is, you can just turn a little bit slight 45 to Kevin, and then if not, you're just going to be forward skating out. Pretty easy, very simple, versus doing right, backwards pivot, forward skate, backwards pivot again, back to forwards. So some awkward mechanics. It just will make his life a little bit easier. And then in the ideal world for the center, obviously not being on the ice is not ideal, but coming back down, almost looping like this, and coming back up together with Kathy will make things a little bit more smoother. I thought this was pretty funny. So we've kind of talked about when a player is really far up the ice, pretty easy to defend. All you need to do is step up on the pass and intercept it, roughly speaking, or even just poke check when they receive it. In this case, they both missed it, and then Ernest is trying to hip check the shit out of, of Mike. Okay, so 2-on-1 situation, actually 3-on-1 situation. I don't particularly mind the positioning of Ray. Now, it's not the worst. It could be better. I would say you would want to. So, how do we boil it down? Draw a line between this player to the net, this player to the net, and you typically will want to be roughly around here. And probably backward skating is better, and the key aspect you're trying to do is take away that passing lane, and as it gets closer and closer, it'll set point, you'll want to transition for a nice poke check, so you're not letting them walk in too close. But normally situationally speaking, let Cliff take the shot. He can come out and play aggressively. Your job is just to take off these passing lanes. Now, body positioning is not great. You're not looking at like your back's turned to this player, but that's what we're nitpicking a little here, right? So he's walked in quite close. At that point, you probably should have been here. Again, still blocking the passing lane as best you can, and then put pressures if you can. Now, maybe the slow cruise back from Ernest and everyone else is a little questionable, but namely, give Cliff the shot is the play. I think that's the preference for Cliff as well. So no harm done there. Let's see if there's any problems here. Okay, I don't mind that. And a little late on the reaction on the D for Justin. A little late, but he eventually identifies it. But a little late. We'll kind of let's kind of rewind. How did that happen? So you're roughly there, didn't quite pay attention, boom, late, right? So always got to be vigilant on that, but overall okay. Alright, so Mr. Jordan Hanna's coming in with speed. Very clearly, Ray, your positioning is a little questionable, caught flat-footed on a pivot. Definitely should have been retreating back towards the blue line. So now both of our D have been walked. Not great to see. Fion's there covering the middle. Good to see. Rebound. Now, I'm always going to be a fan of knock the rebounds in the corner rather than up the ice for the reason that we're about to see. Boom. You knock it up the ice, so you can give their D a chance to first keep the puck in play, right, along the blue line, and then number one is they can shoot, obviously is one option, or they can pass, which is what they opted to do. So versus in the corner, it's not immediate threats, and we have the personnel back there to start playing just standard defense. So versus when there's a nice little puck scramble in front of the net, everyone's scrambling, and so when you knock it out towards the blue line, it's not we're not as in position. And so that's my opinion, unless you have a really clear method of clearing out the zone. But otherwise, yeah, I like throwing it in the corner. Shot on net, it's getting a little scrambly. And we're out of the zone. So, okay. Not okay. And then right after that I said okay, right? But my god. This is our collapsed free entry defensive posturing. Like, you're just inviting them. Come on in. This blue line, we're not holding it. You can, it's the water's warm. Come on in. We need some level of resistance, namely probably our forwards. Fion's got to step up there. We can have our defense slightly conservative, like maybe 1. But this blue line's got to be, you got to put some level of pressure. If you just force them to deke it, maybe they chip it past you, maybe not. If they do, that's okay. We probably have 1D back, but we can't do this. This is too much. This is free. This is, you're just letting them come in. Okay, so free entry. That actually could have been a nice shot attempt right there. Not sure why she did that, but alright, let's continue watching. Okay, shot on net. Oh, disaster. Okay, how do we... So 91 is obviously Alex's guy. So probably got to put a little bit more pressure on that. Kathy does a good job coming in, covering James. Shot on net. Now, we never want to see our D. Who gives a shit if this guy's shooting, right? There's 2 guys in front of the net that you guys are completely ignoring. Completely ignoring. And the rebound like this, horrible. All they need to do is come in and knock it in. Like, why is there not even body position? Box them out. Like, you don't have to literally shove them. You don't, like, for in this case, Ray, if you just stood right here next to Larry and just planted yourself wide base, he has to skate around you. You don't have to necessarily shove him, give him the cold shoulder, but if your body's there, he can't skate around you easily, right? Just plant yourself right there, stick your ass out. He can't skate around you. Give him a free rebound like that, horrible. And you know, same could be said with Ernest. You don't have to box out Mina, but if you have good, you guys both had good body position, little stick lift, whatever. Like, a shot comes through, if you stick lift, no rebounds are ever going to happen. So yeah, not a very good goal to give against here. Looks like we're just watching him shoot, and like I said, who gives a shit? If he shoots, he shoots. Let Cliff make the save. We deal with the rebounds. So face off after our goal against. Kevin's taking it in. I think a big chance. Pass to Mike. Almost. Pretty close, pretty close. Don't mind that. So coming back on the back check, let's see what we can do better here. I think there was also a goal against quickly after this, so let's kind of break it down. Okay, alright. Already we're namely Alex. So front side, like front of the net's pretty mostly covered. Pressure on the puck carrier. Mike's in roughly a decent positioning covering that, and then far side post, we're good. Kathy is following this player in good manner. Looks okay. So what does that mean? Number 3 is uncovered. Stick to them like glue. What are you looking at? Already we can see we're not vigilant. Similar play about a couple clips ago with Justin, just a little late to react. And so what do we see? Boom. Uh-oh. Alex. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Alex. So that means at this point, what does that mean? Everyone else has to react to the most dangerous player in the slot, which means we're leaving, like we have to leave people open. So Mike should have been covering this player, myself covering this player, but now we have an even more dangerous player. That means all our attention has to now focus on the most dangerous player, which will always leave people loose. And then again, I guess Kevin also loses focus on this player, and so big trouble, rebounds, shot on net, right? So just gotta cover that D. So quickly 2-0, unfortunate, not really the start we would like to see. So we're coming into the zone nice and deep. I'm deciding to go for the change. Should be relatively safe. We got good puck control back there. So some plays, scrambles, going in front. And Ray's last man back. This player is coming in speed. What is the worst thing we could ever do? Oh my god, let's step up. Let's step up for that poke check and then get caught. Disaster. Holy smokes, how can you do that as the last man back? You should be retreating and containing 1v1. Let the back check pressure deal with the back check pressure, but you should not be. That's horrible. That is a disaster, Ray. That is a disaster. Oh no. Oh no. You know what? We should just watch it one more time and say how much of a disaster it is. It's a disaster. Absolute disaster. And then so after they score, I thought this was what the fuck. The ref had to blow the whistle. So after that face or that goal against, we're coming in. I like it. See how Alicia's trailing and now she's gonna cut towards the net. So at this point, maybe cut a little faster if you can. And then Justin's in a perfect spot for a good shot. Nice shot. And then we would like to see a nice, big, powerful earnest boom. Oop, fanned on it. That's okay. That's okay. Oh my god, Ray, why do you do this again? Ray's last man back. What is the worst thing you can do here? Let's step up. Oh, let's pinch. Let's stop him dead in the tracks and get caught flat foot again. 2-on-1 situation. Thank goodness Mike is there. Because let's just rewind. Let's just say Mike's not here. Let's just say Mike was down here doing some offense. 2-on-0. Jesus. Disaster, Ray. And then right after that, Mike is coming in, skating in. Immediately, maybe not a huge fan of our positioning. What would I suggest we do differently is so Justin's coming in. Now he has to make a decision, either drive to the net quicker, create a little bit of chaos, and then Alicia comes in on the high trail. But I say usually Justin likes being that high trail, so Alicia would come to the front of the net and then, you know, get into typical support positions, or if there's some free space, you know, get in front of the net for some shots. But you're coming with, Alicia's coming in with good speed, so just continue in is really all you need to do there. Where see how you kind of slowed down and curled. I understand you're maybe thinking about magic spot, but in this instant, I'd say the best spot is get in front of the net and then go to the corner. Just because there's heavy traffic in front of that, a lot of bodies, right? So that magic shot kind of shut off at the moment. But that's just nitpicking. That's fine. Not too bad. For Justin, I think really is if you slowed down on the trail and you just came in like here, boom, that's a huge one-timer opportunity right there. Like right here. But that's okay. That's fine. So Mike doesn't really see any really nice passing options. Maybe to the D, perfectly fine. But yeah, I can see how there's some open space there. Shoots the puck, and funny enough, this is where he thinks he didn't score. He's literally coming back to the bench, and they're like, "Oh, Mike, you scored! You scored, Mike!" They're like, "What? I did? Oh my God! Didn't even know that. Must be that all-you-can-eat sushi I had." So 3-1 game now. We're bringing it to a closer game now. So opening face-off, we lost. And I've kind of said a nice little system we can use is center on center, winger on D, and then D can just easily pick up the wingers. At least get to a nice good gap on them. Far too conservative. That's really conservative. That's really conservative. And we kind of said before, what is our battle line? That's the blue line. So effectively we're saying come on in, the water's warm. So okay, this is a lot better actually on Fion's part. Maybe way early on this review I said it was way too conservative. Same with Ray, a little conservative. But on Fee's part, very much better pressure. Like make it awkward on them on that blue line. Make him make that move. Is very easy. You see how he brought it back, like that little poke check right there. If any other forward was already coming in with speed, easy offside, very easy offside. So much better on pressure right there. And then I'd say very conservative for Ernest's part. Maybe up here where kind of Ray is would be a little bit better, unless you're not confident with your skating that day, you're feeling off and you needed that extra distance to for any dumps that they have. But in general, I think a little bit more closing the gap is a little bit better. But otherwise, yeah, that's all I had to say here. I'm gonna have to call Fee out on this one. As the center, we're doing a little bit of a battle going on right here, right? And you gotta treat it almost the same as being a D-man. They're coming in his zone. This is not the time to change. A winger will give you a little bit of leeway. A center, no way. No way, Jose. You don't go for a change like this. 2-on-1. Which means, what does that mean? You're going for a change. The center, the forward, that is your responsibility as that third forward, that third D. Uncovered. Completely uncovered. But at the same time, we gotta put some responsibility on our wingers as well. They're not covering their D. So who the hell are they covering? Nobody near them. Nobody near them. Who's the most dangerous person? Terrible. Who are we defending? Who are we defending? Certainly not the D. So question mark, question mark, question mark. Our center's not here. Went for the change instead. Another question mark. Big save by Cliff in the face. Yeah, questionably defensive here. Okay, offensive rush coming in. So Mike's driving to the net. The only thing is, that's good. He actually gets a good chance here, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then Alicia gets a good chance here. Now, how do we improve upon it so that maybe Alicia gets better chances? And the easiest answer is, right now, she goes in a perfectly straight line. And we want to avoid that. This positioning is not great. This pathing is not great. And what I'd rather have seen is, let's rewind it, is she's probably the third forward. So at this point, slow down a little bit, cut to the middle a little bit, so meaning going towards Kevin, and then slowly come down, and you're going to really try to time yourself to be in this, landing in that zone. So roughly when he gets a pass there is roughly where you're going to be here. So you're trying to form a triangle at all times, a moving triangle. And that way you would have a nice little chance here, and then when the puck starts squeaking out, you just step into it. It'll be a lot easier. So that's the only change. Maybe you don't get a goal here, but that's fine. It's just thinking about future pathing. So I hate this. I'm really mad about myself that I did this. So we're kind of going for the reset, going for the change. I see open ice, and what I have rather, like, this is super stupid. Skate it behind the net and wait there. And the perfect, what we should have done, 100%, is our forwards are coming back and doing a very good job, right? All the way back. And what we should have done is go for the change, kind of like park our asses there, the D. Go for the D change. Let the center come down. Pick it up, and they're going to come up with a lot of speed, and the wingers just come in with them. And that's going to be a way better play. Instead, you do this fucking garbage. Horrible. That's just fucking dumb. Thankfully, this guy fucks it up. So we'll take the freebie. This is one of those situations. Pass it up to the boards to Justin. Wide open space. Wide open space. Decides to pass it to the player with literally a person like ghosting them, like on there, breathing down their shoulders, instead of just skating it. Justin, we know you got the speed. You should be the speedy winger. You got lots of space to work with. Why don't you just skate it? Why don't you just skate it? Why don't you just skate the puck? Alright, so shot on Cliff, gets deposited back behind the net. At this point, Ernest should have stopped dead in the tracks right here once getting the puck, and then looked up the ice, scanning what's going on around me. At that point, it would be pretty clear. Little soft rim over to Justin, perfect spot, and then would be out the races. Now, again, we see a winger in the middle. What's going on? Get to the boards, all the way over here. Right? That's a problem. But additionally, let's focus on Ernest first here. He is pretty committed already, skating like this. Not, you know what? Look at Cliff, look at Cliff, look at Cliff. Yep. In front of his friends and family watching him. What's going on there? What's going on there, Cliff? But okay, back to Ernest. He's committed. He's coming back up the ice. He sees this wall of white. No wingers, no center. That point, probably a backhand reversal behind the net is the play, and then let Ray pick it up and get out. That'd probably be the best play. Alternatively, probably a nice hard across the ice pass to the opposite wing would maybe work. Right-handed shot. I guess there's a risk of being a pizza, but there's a lot of white jerseys there. Maybe ideally see Justin hustling for that is one option, but okay, whatever, doesn't really matter here. Important things are, where's our winger, where's our center? The center should definitely be coming down nice and low, almost touching that crease, and then looping up. So a lot of skating for the center. It's no joke. So we're leaving a little early up here, just like that, and then it's a little harder to get the pass when we're further away. So breakout wasn't so clean, whatever. Obviously there's some things that we could fix, but let's go to the next part. Alright, so pretty good positioning right now. One note for Ray is usually we might want to usually we see Ray standing still, and what I mean by that, boom, he's just standing there, right, and then he passes. One of the things he could probably start implementing, because he has the skating skills to do that, put a little bit of backward skating, shift left, shift right, you know, move a little shimmy shake. Really, you're trying to fake it, you're trying to sell oh, am I gonna pass it up here? Oh, am I gonna skate? You're really kind of like baiting this forechecker into you, making him kind of second guess himself. If you're like this, it just looks like you're gonna pass. It's pretty easy to read. Sometimes you might want to just like, oh, I'm gonna fake to the left, make him turn this way, make it really awkward for that forechecker. Again, additionally, we'd probably want to see some wingers here, but they're going for a change. So best play, probably actually just retreat, take it behind the net, buy yourself some time, D to D, just keep buying time, right? What the fuck was that? Okay, we'll just rewind here. Now for the center, pathing's okay, probably turning up a little early, like that. One of the tricks I would say for Fionn is rather than turning up in the middle, because you're center, you don't have to stay in the center lane necessarily. So one of the things I would like to use as a trick is the cutting method, where instead of coming up like this, you're just going to be coming 45 diagonally towards that boards, easy board pass, and then you're swooping up, right? So that's going to be one of the tricks rather than that. So that wasn't so clean. Alright, so we're still continuing this disaster of getting a clean breakout, clean zone entry. What is going on? So getting really messy. Boom, right here should be clean reset. Bump back, that's fine. Tons of room, tons of space. Skate it back in here. Lots of time for all our forwards to reset. Oh my fucking god. Oh. Okay. We're going for a change. That was pretty painful. That whole sequence was pretty painful. Alright, so I keep preaching about coming down low, right? So why don't we just look at the pros doing it? let's focus on Mr. McDavid. Arguably one of the best player, if not the best player in the NHL right now. What does he do? Puck's behind the net right now. And just look at how his path. He's basically almost literally touching that crease, and he's going to be looping around that circle like this. And that I'm just emphasizing how close he gets to all of his other teammates, right? Boom, chip up the boards, and then already up the ice. And he sends it wide to the wing, right? Who's not even on the screen. Something we've talked about on take the width of the ice. We don't have to be gravitating to the middle all the time. We don't need to be allergic from the boards. That's one of the things. We can actually even rewind all the way back here. Focus on this wing. Boom, they're coming down, right? He's not, all these players, all these NHLers, they're not sitting up here waiting for the puck. They're not staring at their teammates hoping for a nice little stretch pass up there, right? They're coming down to help out. And then the moment they see that puck's about to move up, look at number 72, turns towards the boards immediately, and you can just assume he's up the boards, skating, timing it together. Boom, nice big stretch, wide pass, and they're out of the zone with speed. All right, more disaster. Opening shift of the second period. This makes sense. Well, actually, I would say this probably makes more sense. Let's just continue watching. Big save. Oh boy. Okay. Face-off loss, shot on net. Boom. Nice collection. I don't mind it. Reset back to the D, but I would rather at least you try to skate it up with it. I think you could have like a little turn, a little chip would probably be the play here, but at the same time yeah, we've left the zone way too early. Same problems, back's turned. Even if okay, let's say even if Alicia was able to send a pass to you guys, no way you guys will receive it. A reverse would be good there. Alright, didn't quite work out. Now Jordan has the puck. Alright. Going in the zone. Pass out front. Okay, alright. Okay, Ernest kind of gets there. Better body positioning would have been preferred, but alright. Didn't quite get there, that's fine. This should be a clean out right now. Okay, good, thank goodness. Where's the forwards? Oh, going for a change. Oh! Ooh. The attempt was there. I will accept it. Okay, so this was another one that's we should probably make note of. Jordan's already scored, right? So 91. You got beat. Fine. Not a big problem, but you're so focused on him that three of you guys, literally all three of you guys, have forgotten the most dangerous player on the ice right now in the slot, uncontested. Oh my good lord. What are we looking at? That's the question. What are we looking at? same situation. Ray putting a lot of effort onto Jordan, perfectly fine. I'll just boil it down this way. You don't have to put enormous amount of effort stopping him from scoring, which actually is a very common case throughout the game, and I'm sure I'm going to find more examples. But for Ernest, like, pay attention to the trailing forward. There's no reason for you to be skating this way, looking at Jordan, who can't score. So who's the most dangerous player? It's clearly, in this case, Mina coming in as a trailer. Boom, shot, right? That we're not paying attention to the actual threats. And it's not to say just because Jordan scored, don't even touch him at all. I probably don't agree with that. We do want to put pressure, treat him like an actual player, but we gotta be thinking about, and it's really like, this is still habit building, right? Put pressure on them, but how can we forget, like, just because he's a good player, we don't need to double team on them and race to the net. We need to remember there are other players on the ice, and this player being absolutely undefended is not a good look, right? Defensively, a free shot like that in the slot, not so good, not so good. So Kathy's able to get past Randall one-on-one, goes for a shot, gets blocked. Okay, no problem. That number 4 ringer that they got, pretty decent, meaningful impact. Now, I did talk about this previous game. When we're going for, when there is a battle in the corners, it would usually be advisable for the D to get a little bit closer to the boards. In this case, I did not, and so I could not hold it in the zone, so that's a mistake. Now, we're coming back, a nice little reset all the way in the zone. Ideally, we would like to see our forwards coming back. Hathy's doing a good job. Alex is alright. Mike's a little high as the center. A little is maybe an understatement. I don't know. I never really feel comfortable putting this big of a stretch pass, seeing this many people this close to him. Maybe it's possible. It just doesn't feel comfortable. But Kathy's in a good spot. I like that. I like to see this. And I think ideally I would have also liked to see like the center almost in line like that, but probably in the center lane. And then a nice pass this way. Even that will come up with good speed with 3 wide. But Alex is open, somehow misses the puck, but I don't know how it works, but Mike's just in like the perfect position to pick up a puck like that. So we make it work, I suppose. And we pass it. And we score a goal. Nice tip by Alex. So not the cleanest of breakouts, but we made it work, and somehow we got a goal out of it. I was curious if it looked like, I thought it might have. No, it looked like we kept it in. But even so, I will play until the whistle. Let's see how Alex. So, another statement before. I've said Alex loves being in a negative body position. He's behind this player. I would have liked to see him be in front, but in this case, boom, he's in front of the player this time. So that's better, but has to deal with a bit of a stick battle. Eventually gets a stick on the ice and tips it in. So that's good to see. That is good to see, Alex. A little bit of improvement, but we can get better. And then, as much as I roast Justin, look at that. Oh my god, the hustle on that. incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now my comment is maybe because with Justin's hands are quite good, quite strong, and I think we would rather you lose the puck on your stick than to do like a blind pass like that for a turnover. I only say that just because you did the backhand pass. I don't know if you were able to see per se, but it looks like your head is looking down here, probably going for the blind faith pass. Now, to add on to that, we would like to see someone in the corner just yelling Justin's name. That would probably get a good cycle going on. But otherwise, this is fine. Just kind of like seeing the Justin hustle. We're seeing more and more of it. It's looking good. I mean, you're actually moving pretty quick, so yeah. It kind of goes back to a clip earlier on the review when I said, why didn't you skate with the puck, Justin? All right, face off. We got Alicia, Fiona, Justin on the ice with Ernest Ray. Oh, kind of a bad turnover there, but okay. Oh no, I did not realize we actually have a goal against here. Holy shit. Okay, that's the craziest bounce. So we're expecting a hard rim, and then it just goes like this. That's crazy. That's wild. Defensively, I don't blame anyone. That's like not too bad. Yeah, I think that move Ray is probably not the smartest. The puck just came out with heavy traffic, and you're gonna bump it back in there. Like, why would you do that? Why don't you just bounce it off the boards and out? So that's questionable to begin with, and then kind of unfortunately, Justin sends it back this way. So unfortunate turnover, but should have still been relatively harmless until that kind of bounce happened. Not the most egregious. This is probably like the least egregious of the goals against we've had this game. So big chance right here for Mike, comes in with big pressure. Backhand shot, save. Somehow Kevin is able to kick that puck out of midair. One of the things that I guess personally for me, I could be inside the zone, but with Kevin being hounded by two players and one kind of coming in with speed, I wanted to play a little bit of a conservative role, and so that's kind of how I play it. Just in case, it's kind of like a safety guide. And once we're safely in the zone, we come in. Now a little lesson learned: if there is a puck battle going on, get a little bit closer to the boards. I guess an argument could be made to come down a little bit more aggressively, just because all the players are down so low. So that could be an adjustment for anyone else in the future to consider. So then it saves me a little bit of skating for that. And then we got a goal. Now, one of the funny things is, pay attention to this player right here. Totally screens the goalie in the very last second, jumps out of the way. Perfect screen. Now, the goalie Vince came up to us after the game and said, this D-man comes up to him afterwards and says, "I'm so sorry, I'm a coward." Some more suspicious defense, and I'll kind of break it down. That's a yikes. Now, how does that happen? The very first thing is look at how extremely conservative Ernest is, right? He's backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up. No reason to. And then we see a puck coming across. And this is when he decides to spring into action to jump up. Now the problem is, because he's so far back, there's a lot to go through, and now he's going this way rather than starting, like let's say he starts at the blue line with a backwards retreat, a little bit easier to work with, right? But he starts from so far back, that means he just gets dodged like a pylon, and then big save or big miss, hard to tell, right? So that's kind of self-inflicted harm. We're starting it just so conservatively, and then we don't have any good means of challenging. Okay, so we have lost coverage on the D-man. We're not quite on the breakout phase at this moment. Shot on net. Okay. Oh man, the coverage is horrible. What's going on? Okay. Oh god. Okay, this is... Oh. Yes, so another theme. We would rather lose the puck on your stick than to give it away with a bad pass. That's a bad pass. It's a little crust of a pizza. Like, I would say, good chance, Alicia, you could have just skated it out. Maybe we had some pressure, but like I said, we would rather you lose the puck on your stick than to lose it with a bad pass, right? Okay, so to keep it down low, should be a clean break right now. Nope. Reset. Where's the center? Where's our winger? Oh gosh. Uh-oh. Too much chasing, not enough. Oh god. Yeah, this is a positional disaster. We got lucky on that one. Oh no. Okay. Very simple. We're just not staying close to the person that we need to be. So defensively, it's a disaster. Like this, I don't need to really break it down one by one. But oh, possible breakaway. Dumps in it. Okay, go for the change. Safe play. I like it. Now, yeah, defensively, a disaster. Really just not staying close to who you need to stay close to, and kind of losing track. I won't really go back and nail every single one, but yeah, that did not look good. Alright, so coming in the zone, good battle by Mike. Gets the puck, gets it kind of to the half wall. I like it. Immediate movement from Alex to a support position. Kathy's in a bad spot. No two ways about it. Behind two players. Ugh. Ugly, 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 ugly. Get to the magic spot. This one's not so great. A bit close to opponents, right? A little bit extra spacing higher up is, I would say, a better position, and thus probably could have gotten the puck right here and shot it. So not the best positioning there. Much better, Alex. Much better, much better, much better, much better. Oh my god. I love to see it. Now, the only thing I would say to maybe make your life a little bit easier is kind of backward skate. And if you're able to kind of backwards up like this, you can always have sight on the puck, like rather than turning like this. You just had that kind of brief moment in time where you didn't see it, but otherwise much better. We have width to work with. Oh, no. No. Okay. I won't harp on you too much for that one. At the same time, our forwards are way too far up. Like, we should be timing ourselves. Like, you don't just skate hard for the sake of skating hard. Like, time yourself. Time yourself so that when the puck carrier is ready, then you're going fast. Otherwise, you know, control your pace. Now we've seen, like, we're too far. That means it's easier to defend. And then honestly, Alex should have also kind of seen that. Like, it wasn't like this player was all the way out there and then zoomed in. They were pretty close, and you had a lot of room to work with to skate. So, but you went to the board, so that's good. Very good to see. So, break out to the wing. It's the same situation with Fee. Skating too hard, too fast, you're gonna need to really time yourself. The moment, like, you just from here to here is almost dead stop, cruise, get close, right? You skated too far, too fast, and now your back's turned, and so you had to do this fancy move, pivot, and all that. Now, at the same time, this is kind of where some of this magic is going to happen. If Justin's able to hustle hard to the left or go diagonally, we'll probably be able to get that pass a little better. A bounce off the boards is possible, but I will give props to James, maybe hiding behind Ernest to intercept that. It's not the most egregious thing. I think it was fine. The attempt was there. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Much better, Justin. Much better intercepting that. I can understand. Yeah, you gotta put pressure on him, Ray. So I can see how this one gets a little confusing in that this player was filling as D, and Justin does a good job covering him. And in this instantaneous moment, he should be following him in to the zone and covering him. So that's actually a good job. But however, what Ray should have done is being put pressure on this player, following him up, and then it's gonna, once like that immediate threat on this side is over, then you switch back around. But right now, you have to, like, we could say theoretically, oh, this player is going to come in, so Ray picks him up and then Justin switches off. That gets complicated. It's much easier to just have this one staying with this, going down, and then Ray covering number 4. So, understandable confusion. They had a tip chance there. Not ideal, but as you can see here, now when the threat has gone, right, threat's gone, Ray should go to 25, and then Justin goes to number 4. So that's good at this point. Oh my god. Just tie up his stick, Ray. Oh my god. Oh my god. Disaster. Just the key problem is we're trying to go for the pass, intercepting it, versus the easiest play. Just get behind him, lift that stick, and then he'll never get that chance. Like, you lift that stick, that pass is probably going to go right in the corner. Then you don't need to worry about anything. Yeah, not so pretty. Another case of falling too much on 91. Same with can be said with Ernest. He scored already. Jordan scored already. I don't mind putting pressure on him to force a turnover. It's good habits to just, you know, play it like you would normally play it. But at the same time, my goodness, 25 is left all alone. How do we lose track of that? Thank goodness Ernest intercepts it, but like let's say that puck goes through. I mean, props to Alicia at least covering that, because nobody's covering number 25. So that's not pretty. Let's see. Oh. That was just number 25 being dumb. Another case of being flat-footed. Holy smokes. Like a full pylon. A full pylon, just not even moving your feet, and you're just stretching out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alex made the same mistake earlier. We got all the space to work with. Let's pass it to the guy with the person literally breathing down their necks. Oh god. Why? Why do we do this to ourselves? Oh my goodness. Okay, so third. I like it. Boom. Outside, inside. If you're able to right there, if you were able to dish it off or go for the shot, would have been perfect. But okay. That's fine. We're able to keep it in the zone. Alicia rings it around. I like it. I like it. Bit of a hard pass by Justin there. Pass down. I like it so far. It's an okay attempt. Fionn gets the puck. Boom, right here, right here. Alicia's got to get... Oh, magic spot, magic spot. One timer would have been perfect, would have been perfect. But she's backward skating, wide, so we lose a little bit of time there. It's okay, we'll get that eventually. And then back out. Now, same could be said. Maybe Justin can go down in the corner and be in a support role. Front of the net like that. A shot from Fionn. Probably not from that angle, especially with all that traffic. So, you know, get over here, work that cycle. Might have been the better play. And if you didn't see a good option, passing it up to the D, possible play. But that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it wasn't too bad. We got some zone time there. So, free zone entry. Walks for the front of the net. Our wingers are not there. And defensively, front of the net is a bit of a disaster. This guy's left alone. Probably should be Ray. 2 forwards in front of the net. Probably should be Fiona and Ernest. Pass across. Oh god. Oh, what a disaster. 5-3. So Jordan's coming in with a lot of speed. Ernest attempts to stop him, but doesn't. Now, like I've said before, number 91, Jordan has already scored. And 2-on-1 situation. If it was 2-on-2, I don't mind putting pressure on 91. But 2-on-1, we can't forget who is dangerous person. Oh my god, how is this possible that you just let this, like, if they receive that puck, disaster. So just got to be mindful of who's on the ice. 91 scored already, they're leading. So, and it's a 2-on-1 situation. Why are you not playing the pass? Big chance, gets in the corner, plays back to the point. Not a huge fan of this position. Maybe like more in front with the tips and rebounds is probably better from the point. And then yeah, I mean, that's just my 2 cents. Just trying to see. Yeah, yeah, I don't know, not a big fan. Let's see if unfortunate. Yeah, same situation here. Miss. Actually, not really the same situation. I said it's usually going to be, if it's a board battle, D's going to rim it. So yeah, as we can see, if we're too far to the middle, it tends to be hard to get to the boards. But in this case, it's not so bad, just because it was our own player doing it. And I have said, like, if we cut this ice in half, this general vicinity is probably a more offensively minded position for a D, because you get a nice center laneway to shoot to the net. So that's fine. However, right after that, so we're going back to get the puck, right? Kind of off screen, but the safety move is just continue skating it back towards the zone, look for the D to D pass, don't just turn around, and then we get stripped at the blue line. Uh-oh. Thankfully, it hit the crossbar and out, so we are safe. Yeah, just be, I think, more conservative on the reset in case something like that happens. Okay, so Ray's coming in after that pass, and he asked me a question: should he have passed to the point? And typically, I think my answer will be no, just because he's the lefty coming in and doing a curl. He's trying to get to the net. Maybe he could have scored on the 5-hole there, maybe not, doesn't really matter. I would rather he get himself to the half wall and look for passing lanes or stuff like that before passing to the D. D is more of like a last remaining option. So you had more space to work with. I'd rather you lose, like again, the theme is rather you lose the puck off your stick rather than having a bad pass. And so working that half wall is usually going to be a very offensively threatening position in terms of playmaking. But also being able to walk out and shoot on net. And so passing like this, I would say wait a little bit. Especially it's tougher for Ernest as he's the right D coming right to left to like fill in for you. Either that is going to be a forward that's going to be covering. So yeah, unfortunate, I would say, in general. If you're gonna come in, jump in with the D, you know, stick with it rather than dishing it off to the D, because then once you do that, there's the expectation that you have to hop back onto D immediately. So yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing that's happened in this game, but yeah, these are my thoughts. So Ernest tries to pass it, gets intercepted in the middle of the air. Mike comes back, and actually it's funny enough, previously I said with Ray he should add a little shimmy shake, whatever, sell it to the forecheckers, D to D. Perfect. This is all perfect so far. So the question mark is, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on there? Holy shit, why are we going into amoeba mode again? And you know what? I'll let Kevin do the talking for me. He's yelling, get open in a very exasperated tone. Wide ocean of space. Where are our forwards? We like to be the combined amoeba. Yeah, this one a little bit better. Now Alicia, just squirt out a little bit more to that quarter edge of the circle. It'll be a lot easier to get that puck to you. It's like you're yeah, a little bit too much movement. You're getting closer to where like all the traffic is. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. Big chance right there, but if you're just able to space out just a smidge, like you can see so many white bodies, it'll probably be a little bit of an easier spot to get the puck to. But generally, okay, should be a shot. Nice. And this is where we said shot on net. If we had someone in front of the net battling out, getting tips, who loves doing it, who generally loves doing it, rephrase, I think that would have been a beautiful chance. Shot on that. Oh, unfortunately no traffic, not great his body positioning. Close. Yeah. But we got a chance. We got a couple of rebounds in there from Mike, and we finally saw a shot from Ray from the point. A rare occurrence indeed. So last 40 seconds, I'll just play it completely. Strips through, breakaway, but he scored already. We just need to focus on people behind him. Ernest and Ray. Why are we so focused on this guy? Right? Just rewinding. Holy smokes, nobody's covering him. How is this possible? How is this possible? He's like dummied you guys all game. And then so 91 goes for the puck rag. Kind of annoying, but whatever. Yeah, unfortunately Kev's not able to get in the zone because we're all deep, and then slowly, leisurely coming back. And now number 4 puts on his try Trying hat. Oh. And Fion's leg slash thick scores another goal on ourselves against a star puck variant. Very unfortunate goal. I would say this is the second less egregious goals compared to. So 2 unlucky goals, 4 kind of really bad goals. I would say that's still considered a loss. We scored 3, let in 4 bad ones, 2 we'll discount. 4-3 loss, but officially 6-3.